What's going on, everyone? Juice Bags here, and welcome back to the channel. The King's Game update is here. King's Game is in-game, and with it comes the Dice Pet. This is directly from Dungeon Defenders 1, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. This was my favorite pet in the game in DD1, and I am definitely digging it. Now, the pet does have a gold version. You get that from doing Wave 100. That is going to give you the golden dice pet. I personally like the regular old vanilla one. That's the vanilla one. There is the fused one, and then the golden one. The regular vanilla one, despite having some numbers on the wrong sides of the cube, is pretty dang awesome. This pet is a little different, and it brings some different things into the game. Now, first off, it does have a crazy amount of RNG involved with all of the possible rolls. So we look on here, we got Mana Drain, we got Crit Chance. This is the very first pet in Dungeon Defenders Awaken that can crit. With Crit Chance, of course, we got Crit Damage, so this is the damage that it does. You've got the attack rate, which I think those are all 0.33. I haven't found any that were not 0.33, so I think that one is locked. And then we got very healthy stats. The stat rolls on it are very similar to giraffe stats. They're going to be much higher than a equivalent pet of any other type other than the giraffe or the mistomine. So very nice stat rolls, making it an absolutely delicious stat stick. Now, this pet also has a new stat for pets in Dungeon Defenders Awaken, and that is cast rate. This is a fixed stat down at the bottom. This is just like the cast rate that you would get on weapons. However, the weapons are quite a bit better, to be honest. However, this is free cast rate. It's going to help you build, repair, upgrade much, much faster. Now, this is particularly huge with the Summoner, because the Summoner, of course, cannot equip a weapon. So this is your only form of cast rate on the Summoner. Now, you can, of course, go in with a giraffe pet and get 20% cast rate versus 10%, or go in with the mistomine and get a 30% cast rate. So if you're willing to pay for the slow, which I personally wouldn't do, you could use 2 mistomine pets, get yourself 60% cast rate if it's a builder only summoner, or use 2 giraffes and get 40% cast rate. However, this video is all about the dice. Now, as I mentioned, there is a bit of RNG, a couple of key stats that you're going to want to look for. First off, the number of upgrades. The more upgrades, of course, you can upgrade the damage higher, so the more upgrades, the better. Additionally, your crit chance and crit bonus. Now, crit chance is what looks like a very small swing. They've been dropping as high as 15% crit chance, and for me personally, as low as 13%. All godly ones. I haven't gotten a Supreme Fused Dice Pet yet, but the crit bonus damage, this is what you're really going to look out for. These have a very large range. You see the ones I have here, 365, 395%. Not spectacular. However, the crit bonus will go all the way up to 550%. 550%, y'all. So that is what you're going to want to look for, is your crit chance and your crit bonus damage. The crit bonus damage definitely going to be very important. There's a 500% crit bonus right there. That's going to add an enormous amount of damage to your pet. Now, this is a melee pet, and of course you see it's got Mana Drain on it. It appears that there's no internal cooldown. So as it displays in the description, the mana regen is tied to crit. So when the pet crits, you're going to restore mana. If it crits multiple times in a row, you're going to get that mana right back. Just for comparison, the mana drain per second, when you work it out with the probability of critting, is less than you're going to get just from one accessory. So this is a nice little added bonus, but it is not a replacement for mana regen on your accessories if you want 100% uptime on one of your abilities. Now, this is a melee pet, as I mentioned. However, the range on it is pretty darn good. Let's take a look at the range on a Monkey King. If we look at a Monkey King, it's going to require getting to how close? Let's see. We're going to have to get to about there. So what? We're 4 trophies back on our scale of trophies here at the target dummy. So we're about 4 trophies back before we get in range for the Monkey King to attack. Now, if we take a look at the dice and see when they will attack, we're going to look and we're about 7 trophies back. So you got quite a bit more melee range on it, which does make it a little bit more usable, particularly on somebody that's not a tank, like a Squire or a Guardian. Now, for me personally, I would only probably consider using these dice pets on either a Squire or a Summoner. With the Summoner, you can put out some pretty nice amounts of damage. However, that also means you're going to be getting closer into melee range. Now, if you look at my health, 854,000, that, of course, is because it's got the increased stats, like a giraffe. So they are pretty enormous stat sticks for anyone that you just want a little bit more stat on. Now, let's take a look at the damage potential. Now, we're just going to go single player here. Obviously, if you bring in a teammate for more people that are inside of an empowerment shrine or just a monk boost in general, you're going to see absurd numbers absolutely skyrocket. So that is a possibility as well. So let's go ahead and pop our boost. And remember, these are not with God tier pets. You know, 365% crit bonus. This one's got a nice amount of upgrades, but the crit bonus is only 395%. Let's take a look and see what kind of damage output we can do. So it first spikes up super high, over 500 million. Then it starts to even out a little bit, and it's RNG, you know, because there is a crit chance. Now, the benefit, of course, with the Summoner is your buff is also increasing the attack rate of pets. So more attacks equals more chances to crit. So you're going to get more crits delivered. So there is very, very nice damage output with this. Staying just single player and throwing in like an empowerment shrine. Let's go ahead and bump one of those up. Our little empowering shrine. And then let's let that dummy reset. And we'll see a nice boost to that damage as well. So the dummy should be about reset now. Let's head back on over, pop our pet boost. And let's see what we can do now. And now we're seeing, oh yeah, we got some thicker numbers. 800 million DPS. Very, very easily with better rolled pets and with a boost monk to get up over even 2 billion DPS in a team environment. So it is an absolutely incredible amount of damage output, that is for sure. Now, lots of people ask, well, does that mean I'd throw all my other pets away and I go with dice only? Absolutely not. When it comes to pets, there's just not much greater quality of life than using the Little Bomber. The Little Bomber, of course, is not the highest DPS in the game, and now it's not even top 2 anymore. However, you got mad range. They fire all over the place, and they've got the aimbot with the tracking. They don't miss. Little bombers are just good stuff. It's tough to kind of do better than that just because they are so big range, and even without the level of power. However, as far as single target damage, the dice are going to be a pretty viable option. Now, I would recommend any situation where you're going to use the dice to make sure to use a healing aura, because you're going to be on your Summoner, most likely. Although you do have a nice bit of health, you're going to be getting smacked. And when the Summoner gets smacked, the Summoner likes to die quite frequently. So get yourself a healing aura in. You can burn mobs crazy quick. This is a little clip from yesterday's stream of us burning down the Demon Lord with dice pets. Now, keep in mind, this is without a boost monk. So, with a boost monk in, this would have burned way faster. However, the dice is a hot pet. It's not a replacement, but it is very usable and something well worth farming out. So, that is the dice, available at wave 15 and 25 in survival and mixed mode in the King's game. And of course, the fused versions are what you're going to want. Those are going to be in rifted mode. and jump into mix mode, y'all. Get yourself some hot dice and post them up. Post up the numbers you all get down in the comments below, because I'm excited to see. The only number we have confirmed from Chromatic is the 550% crit bonus. Everything else is just a guess based on what we're seeing from people. Phil did mention that the crit bonus goes up to 550% though. So that is the target number you're looking for as far as the crit bonus. Everything else, Aramir found one at 15% crit chance. All of mine have been 13 or 14%. Or no, there's a 15% right there. So I do have one 15% crit chance. However, that is the highest that I'm aware of. So if you found something higher than 15%, post it up in my Discord and let me know down in the comments below. But that will do it for now. Go get you some dice, y'all. Coolest pet ever. Thanks for watching.